Hello, this is Brother Tim Weems, pastor of Gospel Light Baptist Church, inviting you to join us now for the Gospel Spotlight, a ministry of sharing stories of faith, family, and foundational truths of the Scripture. Our daily Bible reading comes today from John chapter 10. Verse 1 says, Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. Verse 9 says, I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out, and find pasture. Three men, John Newton, Lewis Weatherford, and Samuel Preston, were out to find the best that this life had to offer. Willing to try anything, they were now on their way to New York City to paint the town red. With a whole week ahead of them, they were anticipating some high times. They had money, position, and culture. The only thing they wanted was action, and they were now ready to get it. As a silver star glided into the stop at Central Station, three men, full of excitement and frivolity, stepped off the train into a busy world. Amidst the confusion, the three happy men were able to hail a cab and direct the driver to the Ambassador Hotel, where they wanted to board. The cabbie promptly took them to their destination, received his tip, and disappeared into the throng of cars. As the cab drove off, the three men just stood on the pavement staring up the side of this 29-floor building. They were amazed at the sight of such a tall structure. Upon entering the hotel, they were greeted by a bellhop who took their bags and led them to the main desk. At the desk, the clerk asked them what type of room they wanted, and the three men replied, Give us the best room you have. The clerk looked at the register and then told the men that the only one of this type left was on the top floor. It had a TV, two cushioned chairs, four beds with inner springs, and a jacuzzi. The men said a few words to each other and quickly decided to take the room. The key was handed over and the bellhop led them to the elevator. After arranging their belongings in the proper order, the three men put on their tweed suits, left the key at the desk, and were off to see New York City's high spots. Hours went by, and the three men began to get weary, so they headed back to the hotel. At the lobby desk, they were told the elevator had developed some complications and was not able to take them upstairs. They were given the alternative of either walking up 29 flights of steps or sleeping in a small, less luxurious room on the second floor. The three huddled together and decided to take the long walk upstairs and enjoy the comforts of their own room, so they started on their way. The first few flights went quickly and easily, and the three companions were joking and having a good time. Each flight seemed a little bit longer, but the men kept pressing on. 5, 6, 7 floors were passed, and each one meant that they were one flight closer to the top. The men, already weary from a hard night, began to slow down, and the floors dragged by slower and slower each time. 11th, 12th, 13th floor was passed. Almost halfway there, said Lewis. The other just grunted and they pushed on. 17, 18. They wondered if they would ever reach the top. On the 20th floor, Sam sat down and said he just couldn't go on any further. After resting a few minutes, the others finally persuaded him to try it. After all, only 9 floors left, and then those nice soft mattresses and fried chicken, and so they went on. Each flight seemed like a mile, and it seemed as if it took an eternity to get there. All three men were now on their knees, crawling step by step in hopes of reaching the 29th floor. Just one more to go. Slowly they proceeded inch by inch until John shouted out that he could see the room, only 8 more steps, and then about 15 feet down the hall. With his added inspiration, each fellow put all their energy into it that he had, and to their relief, they were all there on the last floor. They had reached their goal now. As soon as the door would open up, they would enjoy all the luxuries which they had been spurred them on their climb up those steps. And Sam was the first to come to the door, so he reached down into his pocket for his key. To Sam's amazement, the key wasn't there. He asked John if he had it, but John said that Lewis must have it. They both looked at Lewis, but all they had were several empty pockets. Here they were on the 29th floor, just inches from what they considered heaven, and yet they could not get in. They had forgotten the key. You know, there are thousands of people today that have traveled a long, hard, rough road in life, and with just a few years left on earth, they still have not the key of heaven. Do you have the key to enter heaven, or will you be locked out? This has been a ministry of Gospel Light Baptist Church, located at 3805 Audubon Drive, Laurel, Mississippi, 39440. Gospel Light Baptist Church, sending forth the light, the blessed gospel light.